der Mr. Redding Joachim, der Charles Mossop, der Stephen Wong Kai Barrister, distinguished guests, deans, fellows, ladies, gentlemen, dear friends. It's a pleasure to join you today in Hong Kong for this ceremony with the Social Enterprise Research Academy to recognize some truly special individuals. On this occasion, I would like to tell you a few words about how important social caring is to the world and the part that humanitarian aspect of social caring can play. In today's world, climate change, environmental degradation, water scarcity, diseases, rapid population growth, unplanned urbanization, and other risk and fragile effects are all threatening to reverse major development gains. Shock and stressors such as conflicts, natural hazard, and political instability can have a devastating impact. Children who are malnourished in their first 1,000 days of life suffer for all the rest of their life. In times of war and disaster, schools are the first one to close. Historically, humanitarian interventions have saved countless lives and restored the livelihood of millions. But they have rarely tackled underlying vulnerabilities. Social protection, including social assistance or safety nets as a form of social caring, is important now more than ever before in addressing those vulnerabilities. When I say social protection, I am referring to action such as social safety nets that protect people from falling below a certain level of poverty or well-being. Actions to help people rise out of poverty, or action to support people when experiencing vulnerabilities other than poverty. Virtually every country in the world has at least one social safety net or social protection scheme in place. National social protection systems can protect citizens from stressors and shocks, but due to the inadequate coverage of many developing countries, this poorest remains vulnerable to hunger and poverty. 4 people in this world, in particular the poorest, are not covered by any of the social protection. Every year, the United Nations World Food Programme provides vital food and nutrition assistance to millions of people. Yet, there are today 821 million people who don't know enough food and who don't know where the next meal will come from. If the UN World Food Programme wants to help governments reduce the number of hungry people in the world to 0 by 2030, it needs to work with the true national systems, such as social protection systems. WFP, the World Food Programme, assists national government in the design of protection programs, but in areas where national governments are not present or able to provide those services, WFP provides social safety nets in form of transfers of food, cash, or other goods directly to the people who need it. It's the case today, for example, in Yemen, in Syria. It will be more the case in North Korea, for example. It was the case during the cyclone in Mozambique or in many other countries in Africa and around the world. Social protection as a form of social caring plays a critical role in reducing and preventing poverty and leveling out inequalities, supporting human development, enhances social cohesion, strengthening the labor force, and stimulating economic growth. It is a human rights and an integral part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. In fact, the UN Sustainable Development Goal number 1 calls on all countries to provide social security to all as a means to end poverty in all its forms everywhere by 2030. With more than 80% of the world food insecure living in countries that are prone to natural shocks and characterized by land and ecosystem degradation, ensuring that communities are resilient and able to meet the needs in the world today is crucial. I invite you all here in this room, and especially those that we recognize today, to think about how you could participate to that social effort, how you can, in your own speciality, in your own way, give the good and the need and help to give what need those people everywhere around the world. Everybody here is able to do a little something for those people who need that social protection. Thank you for your attention.